Disney night. Where you bought Disney at?
$97.
$97. Yeah. And where's it at now?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Last time I checked, it was at the 180 mark.
180. So you're more than double.
Yep.
Or just call it double. Yep, long term is where it's at, man. And day traders, they've been at the game for a while, and they got the amount of money to trade. So most of them study the game.
Mm-hmm.
So the average Joe, should not really day trade unless they understand what they're doing. We know a lot of people get in there and they want to make overnight money. So they try to get it overnight and don't happen. You lose your money.
Yeah. You don't become a millionaire overnight without research.
Exactly.
There's always tenants. Yeah. Oh no! Hey bud, can you not lay on the floor like that? You're not a rug. Go find mommy and get a sparkler from her.
Is there any more the fruits on the tree, or the fruits are finished?
Those are pretty dead. I think I had a few fall recently, but there hasn't been much.
Stop bearing fruits now?
For the most part. There might be a couple way up top, but other than that, I don't think so.
Might have to do like our neighbor over there and climb the tree.
Hey, go for it.
I know I'm not.
Tie yourself up. Make sure you got that harness on.
I know, right? That'll be the only way. So everything else
I get
been
yelled
good.
at for claiming shit, so I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. Yeah. Happy wife kind of shit.
Yep.
I'll just probably can't though.
Everything else is good.
No complaints, my dude.
Yeah.
No complaints. Trying to sell that solar, you know how that goes. Yeah. Those are such a waste of time. It's like you're gonna invest the money. Invest stuff that's gonna blow up and make us show. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you said 4th of July got to be better than this on this block.
Listen, like those are nice for the kids, but realistically, we want to hear that boom. We want to see that stuff explode in the sky and know that was 550 milligrams of freaking just raw power of explosion. That's all I want. That's all I want.
They shouldn't be saving it, right? Because the night's almost done.
Depends on you got to remember what's across the street. That won't stop until 1 o'clock in the morning, and then you still have your little assholes that are drunk that are still going to set stuff off and hurt them. And hurt like these guys that just threw that and just shot at them. Hi. Where you going, huh? I feel that perfect.
Outside here with my neighbor Brandon. He's also invested in the stock market.
Okay. I see you drinking, having fun.
See, that was one.
Smile.
That's a good one. All right, I'm gonna make my rounds, Brandon.
All right,
I will. I'm gonna interview everybody. Wait, any last words before I go? Like stock advice?
How much research, as you already said. Research.
And hold long term.
Hold long term is definitely this, especially if you can do it. Gas prices, when those go down, invest. Unless it's an election year, then don't.
Exactly. It's one of my best neighbors. Brandon, he's the best. Treat me good.
Try to.
Right across from me. So remember I said that when we get rich, we're gonna be on a yacht somewhere.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, and
You only
remember
see my
me
car.
when you get when you get rich. Remember me, Savon.
Yep.
Hey Savon,
Exactly.
remember me when you're rich. I
All
like
right,
Louis
man. I'm gonna
Vuitton
make my
too.
rounds.
All right, brother.
All right.
Remember me when you get rich too, Savon. I like Louis Vuitton.
Good night. What's up? I'm out of jail. What's up, Eddie? Chilling?
Yeah, man.
I'm slipping. What's up, boss?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm on my YouTube right now, live. You doing any investing?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, regular stuff, stocks
What stocks you invested in?
and the full routine, brand work, Caribbean. Like the regular stocks on what's it called?
Oh, you got on
Yeah,
Robinhood?
Yeah, Robinhood Cash
You
App.
want to show yourself or you don't want to show yourself?
Well,
You want to show yourself or no?
nah.
Okay.
What? But you live right now?
Yeah, they can only hear your voice. But I say if you wanted to show yourself, then I'll show you, bro. It's up to you. They're just hearing your voice. So, you're doing long-term investing? Have you been doing any short-term? Like, how are you investing?
Honestly, like that's the Cash App. Whatever I see in there, I just invest.
You invest through
Yeah.
Cash App.
Yeah, Cash App. Yeah.
Most of your investment is done through Cash App.
Cash App, Bitcoins, yeah, the full work. Company stocks. Yeah, it's regular stuff.
So do you hold them long term or do you like?
Well, I'm holding them long term. I just started like 2 years ago.
Okay. So you would say long term investment is definitely the best way to go.
For me, yes. For now.
Yeah. Well, I say long term as well because a lot of investors, well, a lot of people that's getting into investing now, they don't really know and understand the game that much. So I think holding things long term is always the best way to go.
Yeah.
You know, I think anytime you're looking for quick money, you know, that's usually a day trader activity, or you're gonna swing something.
Yeah.
You know. But if you're new to the game, usually it's best to like just research, know the company that you're investing in,
Yeah.
and just go about it long term.
Yeah.
You know, because you and us know, you know, kids take a while to grow up.
Exactly.
So does companies. When you start a company, it takes a while to build it up. You know, you usually got to have a 3 to 5 year plan to grow a company. You know, not too many companies have that overnight success.
Exactly.
It takes time. So.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, making my rounds, man. So I'm doing good, right?
Yeah. You're doing really good, yeah.
All right, how you grade my interview?
100%, man.
All right.
100, A plus all the way.
All right, I feel you. Thank you. Thank you. You think I should go interview your wife? Tisha, I need an interview.
Huh?
I'm live on YouTube. I need an interview from you. You don't have to show your face, you just have to hear me out. You're investing, Eddie just told me. You guys buy a lot of stocks on Cash App or you do it differently?
We do Cash App.
You do Cash App.
We do TD.
TD Ameritrade. All right, what would you say about TD Ameritrade? Like, do you buy? First of all, let me ask: do you buy stocks, over-the-counter stocks on TD Ameritrade? Basically, stocks that people don't know about that much.
Yeah. Well, we do it based on referrals, like whatever
Referrals.
my
Okay,
cousin
so
would tell me. So it's
they'll tell you
not
what's up.
normal stuff that we would know about, like Apple and stuff like that.
Okay, so that's good. So that means you're in on the game. You're in on what's happening. You got to get that inside information.
Mm-hmm. My cousin,
Not really inside.
not
but
inside, but he's the one that kind of tells me. He's on this group, and he kind of gives me some tips and what to do. And then I do that Bitcoin thing.
That Bitcoin thing? That Bitcoin thingy?
He told me to buy the, was it the Doge, whatever?
Dogecoin?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Ethereum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm. Kevin said that to me too.
Okay. So do you guys
But
believe
we
in
did it on Coinbase.
Coinbase? Yeah. So do you guys really have like a belief in cryptocurrency that is really gonna take over?
I'm hoping so, yes.
You're hoping so. So you're hoping, you're unsure.
Well, because we're new investors, you know, we're still learning. So I'm not completely sure, but I'm willing to take the risk.
Willing to take the risk. That's a good thing. That's a good statement because I'm definitely willing to take the risk. Nothing in life is guaranteed.
Exactly.
But you know what? They said that when the internet came out, that there was a risk in that. That wasn't guaranteed, but it came to be. So anything that we come up with
Mhm.
can actually make a difference in the world,
Of
years
course,
later.
of
So
course, yeah.
I definitely believe in that. Dollar has been around way too long, so I think we need a change.
Yeah, with the crypto.
So I'm for the cryptocurrencies as well. We just got to know which ones to invest in. That's the key thing,
Yeah,
because there's plenty out there.
yeah. He told us about those. He sent me like a whole bunch, but whatever he sends me is what I try to copy into. I still haven't learned the whole thing, but I'm taking the risk.
Yeah. Well, it's a good risk. I believe it's a good risk. Your neighbor believe it's a good risk. Your neighbor kind of stays in the house and does research. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I believe that for real because I found that we've made more on the stocks in like the couple of months that we've been doing it than we've gained an interest with the money in the bank for years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely something that I think we can definitely make money from.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, some is long-term investments and some are short-term investments. You just have to know when to hold and when to fold.
Yeah, and sometimes you're investing long term, and those same things that you're investing long term have short term gains. But you didn't expect it, but it happens.
Yeah. I still talk about that Moderna every time.
You see where it's at right now, right?
200 and something, yeah.
And I've been telling you about
From it
Moderna.
was 26.
Yeah.
$26.
And you see if you would have listened to your neighbor.
I know, we jumped in at 56. But still, that's still good. It's at 200 and something when I checked it the last time.
Well, your neighbor is again telling you about OCGN.
Okay,
OCGN, do your research.
Okay.
So
Look,
he's on it already. He's like, man, I missed the last one when he said it, so I better get this one. All right, OCGN. It's called Ocugen. Yep. So research that one.
Mm-hmm. I think you're on the wrong one, baby.
It's OCGN. It's called Ocugen. Yes, OCGN.
I had it open a while ago. Oh, she saw it?
I never researched it on. I never see if it was on Cash App. So I know you say you do a lot of things in Cash App.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if it's there. But it's called OCGN. So I don't see it coming up.
Okay.
So check TD Ameritrade, and it'll definitely be on your TD Ameritrade. What do you say, Eddie? You ain't missing that one.
Nah, yo.
Yeah, told you about Moderna. You guys see Moderna's at $26 is when I told y'all, and now it's at $235. Let me make sure y'all hear that loud and clear. My neighbors, Eddie and Tisha, I told them about Moderna when Moderna was $26, and now Moderna is $235. Now I'm telling them about Ocugen.
That's it?
That's it, which is OCGN. And again, what was it, about a year?
Yeah.
About a year ago, I told you about Moderna. So 1 year later, Moderna went up almost $200.
I regret not investing so much.
Yeah, well, it went up $200. Well, I got more news for you.
Yeah.
I'm not a financial advisor, and you gotta do your own research. But at the end of the day, look what's happening around you, and it's an easy, no-brainer to know that you have to invest in stocks like Moderna because vaccines is in demand. And they're one of the leading companies, and you gotta look out for other companies as well. But they're one of the leading companies. And here's a killer. Moderna's not even done yet. So just imagine it doubling from where it's at right now.
Yeah.
So it's not even done yet.
You're right.
So if you think you missed something, think again.
Wow.
Again, I'm no financial advisor, but I'm just a real big believer in the demand.
I got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, the demand for the vaccine, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the man with a plan, bro.
Hey, you gotta have a plan.
Should have listened the first time.
Well, guess what? Do your research on OCGN.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Hey, everything is a risk, and you just gotta believe, man. That's it.
And the best, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'll make my rounds.
All right, bro.
See ya.
All right, later.
All right. All right, making the rounds on my block. So I was just talking to my neighbors. All right, I see you. You firing. You know what? Oh, you were trying to blow me up.
I got grenades, but I don't want to put it later on.
All right, well, I'm live on YouTube right now because I do stocks. So I always do like a live every Sunday night, 8:30. You guys don't have to show your face, but do you guys invest?
Oh,
That's in my 401k.
I let my 401k invest in me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. I don't do
Yeah.
anything separate.
They do it for me.
All right, well, I definitely have that 401k as well with Wells Fargo. You know, but yeah, retirement. Yeah, I got that as well, where I invest in some stocks in my 401k. All right, well, that's a good thing. I'm making my rounds on my YouTube. I see we having fun out here today.
This year is more quiet than the other year. That's why.
Fun. Look at your kids getting big, man. What's up? What you feeding them?
Oh, my daughter went to college already in August. She's going to 15 soon. They're gonna disappear. Then I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna move to the island. I'm gonna get out of here. Go to the mountains. I move.
So once you have the kids that grow up, you're gonna go chill.
Oh yeah, no, that's when you time comes.
Yeah. Man, it's all grown up, man. How old is he now?
He's 14. He's gonna be 15.
Wow. How is he doing with the baseball?
He's there. We're still pushing him. Pushing him. You know, to say, hey, you know what? He's the age where they have to go for themselves now. They have to go for themselves.
Yeah. But I'm live on the YouTube right now, and basically how my YouTube got started, I work with kids as well.
Yes.
You know, through sports. My son played baseball.
I know that you were doing coaching, Coconut Creek basketball and stuff.
Yeah, and West Palm Beach, Royal Palm Beach in West Palm Beach. So I work out of the Royal Palm Beach Recreation Center. So how my YouTube came about is I started teaching financial literacy to the kids, you know, that I started the program with. So it's a good thing to see your son, man, playing baseball for so long. You know, every time I drive by, he's in the driveway working out. You know, I see you got him really focused, you know. So as a dad, man, that's a good thing. You're motivating him, man.
We're looking at a fireball up there. Something is on fire. The sky up there. Something they release up there. Yeah. Nah, but hey, you always talk to me about that every time you see me when I'm moving around with this kid.
Yeah, man, I like what you're doing with them, man, because it reminds me of myself, what I did with my son. And now Tristan McKenzie, he plays for the Cleveland Indians. Xavier Edwards, he plays for the Tampa Bay Rays. So those are kids that made it, that, you know, I'm great friends with their fathers, you know, and I'm a firm believer in you have to have a plan. And you seem to have that plan. But every time I drive by you, you got that plan for your son. Regardless if he makes it as a professional baseball player, you done laid the foundation for him to be successful using sports.
Yeah, because the problem is that with that is that it's something they're gonna make it. But you made the foundation already. So they know that after one age, I'm not gonna be there. You have to put yourself.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you have to go through life, if you make it or not. You have to fight hard for everything.
Yes. You lay in a strong foundation. And every time I drive by here, I'm proud to see, you know, a father just being there for his kids. You know, and you got boy and girl. So it's like, it's not, you're pushing both. You know, your daughter plays softball and now she's away at school for softball. You know, and your son's 14 years old. You've been training both of them, and now he's next in line to go to college. So you got to be proud.
Yeah, for now, yeah, I am. So now they're going to be on their own. So that foundation about making it to sport.
Yeah.
It took that foundation to do exercise to be strong. You know, then that's the foundation here because now they're gonna be by themselves. Now she's gonna be on her own.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be here, you know, what I mean, feeding out myself. On the food on the table, not to have to put all the things on the table yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. So you got to feel extremely proud that your family has laid that type of foundation.
Yes, I am. I'm real proud. It's not been easy journey, but it's hard. But I wish there could have been more parents like that. I only used to sleep 3 hours, 4 hours, just to give him that foundation.
Yeah, you spend
Pushing,
3 to
yeah.
4 hours to give that foundation pretty much daily, right?
Every day after work, I mean, 2, 3, 4 hours, you know, and no sleep a lot. Go to sleep late, wake up early.
And you still look young. That's the key thing.
I was the first one to wake up in the house, and the last one to go to sleep.
First one to wake up and the last one to go to sleep.
That's the key. You know, I know it's not enough rest, but in this generation, if you don't push,
You don't make it.
they won't make it.
But here's the key thing. You're doing what you just said by first one up, last one to go to bed. But you still look young.
I appreciate that.
But and it also the mindset. So having that type of mindset also keep you active and young because you're doing it with your kids.
Yeah, that's right. And right now, you know, I mean, like right now, they're on their own. Right now, they go and do work out by themselves.
Yeah.
They go to the field by themselves.
Yeah.
They go and work out by themselves. They come here and work out. They go to the body. They do that themselves. And that's what I want them to learn how to be responsible for the way they eat. You know,
Yeah.
I used to cook every day here. I never went to the restaurant and feed them. You have to learn how to feed yourself at home.
Yeah, learn how to feed yourself at home.
Everything starts at home. And you got rash.
Everything start at home. Yep.
And then up there, it's going to be easier.
Well, that's great. And as you said, you wish more parents was like that. You know, but the key thing is you're doing it. You know, that's the key thing because you could be someone who wasn't doing it and you are doing it. So even though we wish that more parents would do what we do, just look at the fact that me and you, that was a big one. Yeah, that was a big one.
You're running garbage now.
He hit a home run on that one. So yeah, me and you are doing it. So that goes to show you that there's plenty of us that put our kids first, but we would definitely like to see more people do it because it makes the world definitely a better place.
Yes.
But we can't help everybody.
Well, no, we can. But they know. A lot of them know. It's just hard.
They just don't do it.
It's hard. You know, sport turning to expensive.
Sports is expensive.
If you don't learn how to teach your kid through sport and to be strong and you do it yourself, it's expensive. You know, expensive. I mean, I see. I have to work with them over here. Private lessons are expensive.
Yeah.
You know, if you see, I pay him for $50 for an hour for hitting. You know, and that's a lot of money. And then Ariana an hour over hitting. That's 100 a week. And then he get $50 for pitching this. $50. Then she get $50 for 50. That's $50. That's $200 a week.
Yeah, so $200 a week on your kid to learn how to pitch and how to hit.
And then there is another $50 on top of that of fielding.
Fielding.
So,
So
that's another that's $300 a week.
$300 a week investment in your kid's future using baseball.
Yeah, and no, yeah, and that's a problem. There's more coming. Like then you have to do agility with them. Then you have to do workout with them. And if you add more to that, and you don't do it yourself, it's not even worth it for them to play school.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't do it, it's not.
I'm spending a week, you know, when nobody could make it a month. And I have to work overtime, and I have to work hard. There's a lot of money coming into it, you know, and you don't even know how to do it sometimes. Sometimes you want to give up.
Sometimes you want to give up.
You imagine I spent $300 a week. In 2 weeks, that's $300.
Yeah,
The fruit is $900.
yeah,
In a month, it's $1,200.
yeah. You're investing $1,200 a month into your kid's future using sports, and not to count that you gotta feed him, you gotta pay your mortgage,
No, not
so
counting,
many things,
not counting the monthly fee to have it in the team.
and not and the monthly fee to have him on a travel team, and how expensive traveling is.
Yeah. Then you go to a hotel.
Yeah.
Food. It's money that you're not gonna even see it. You know what I mean? How about they're gonna make it? You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know. Anyway, I just don't do it for sport. I'm doing it for the mental.
Yeah, you're doing it for a lifetime achievement, a lifetime experience. Because this is one of the reasons why I started my founding players. You see, I come home and I stay home. Every time I drive by, you don't hardly see me outside. I'm home doing something. You know, I come home from a hard day and I go in and I invest and train myself how to stay focused. But that type of fund, those type of money that you're investing, it takes dedication. But like you say, you have a plan, and you had that plan since day one. You know, and it takes money, and you've invested so much money because you know for sure the foundation that you're building for your child, and you may have not had it the way that he had it, but you're doing it so he can have it better than you. That's why we do this, because we want our children to be definitely better than us. You know, when he have his kids, it'd be easier for his kids. And that's the road that you're paving, you know, which is, it's a beautiful thing to do, you know, to sacrifice for your child.
In life, you have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, to make it a better place.
Yes. Yeah. And the world is a beautiful place. Really. The world is a beautiful place. Sometimes it's the people that's living in it that makes it bad. Yeah. Well, I'm glad, man, that, you know, you put your kids first, you're locked in, you're motivated. Excuse me, young man. Excuse me.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe.
May I ask you a quick question? How you been, by the way?
I'm good, you?
Good, good, good. How do you feel that your parents is 100% behind you from day one? How do you feel about that? Good, right? Listen, every time I drive by, I see you working hard, man. Keep it up. Never stop. Your dad's been, and well, I see your dad, but I know it's a family, and your sisters, and you guys work out together. I'm proud to drive by a lot of times and see that. So keep it up. You know, I remember Tristan McKenzie, who played for the Indians, Xavier Edwards. Those are all kids that I know, and I know their parents very well. And I've seen them make it. Go hard, okay? I got that. I got that.
That's it. Everybody, big time.
Do it again.
You know, I wish that more people have more knowledge of what we have to go through.
dollar. They didn't have that much bang for your buck, and now you're like, now you get some serious bang for your buck. And just light it once and sit back and watch the show.
Wrapping up. I know, like it's wrapping up now. Come on.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm live on my YouTube. You ain't gotta show your face, but you can answer some questions for me. Do you invest in the stock market?
Yes.
You do? Can you share your stock experience, your market experience with us?
Yeah, it's been good. All in all, yeah, that's been our biggest moneymaker this last year. We're all on lockdown and nothing was, real estate wasn't selling. We made money on the stock market.
Okay, great. So any stocks that has done really well for you that you don't mind sharing with us, maybe one or two?
You know what? We got lucky in some of those technology stocks for the pandemic. And so a couple of the stocks that made pieces of the Pfizer just skyrocketed. And so even though it wasn't Pfizer and we're sitting there like trying to gamble on which one's going to come out with the winner, we ended up just buying the stocks in ones that played parts in that. And
And so you have Beyond Tech.
You know, I don't remember exactly which ones.
Beyond Tech is the one working with Pfizer. That's who teamed up with Pfizer to create.
Then we also made really good money on the different cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
So we're lucky on cryptocurrencies.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cryptocurrencies is something that's a little wild though. It's not.
It's very volatile.
It's too volatile. So that's why I'm not understanding why it keeps coming up until it hits some stabilization. But it did. Yeah.
That was a big one.
Those are salutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna get me a couple of those
No,
next year.
don't. Those can stay over there.
Those will wake up the whole.
Yeah, I was talking about going to sleep right now. No, you're right.
Hey, that's a home run. That's a home run. Yeah.
I got into the crypto too, specifically Doge. I'm still in Cardano. What else?
Yeah,
Polygon,
Denise is the one who spent most of the attention on that.
the crypto.
Yeah. So her mom would come in, she's still sitting in bed in pajamas, and her mom would come in like cracking the whip. You got to get out of bed. You got to go do this. You got to do that. So, Mom, I just made $5,000. Give me a break.
Yeah.
So, what are you
So
talking
there's a
about?
park.
You lazy woman. Get out of bed.
No, it's true. It's true.
So I did the same thing to her the other day, and I was like, it's 10 o'clock. Denise, come on. I already made the girls breakfast. I did this, I did that. She says, yeah, and I just made $703. I was like,
In bed.
okay. All right. Let me go brush my teeth.
Literally, this guy over here told me about Dogecoin.
Yeah.
He told me about it last year.
Yeah.
If I had put 10 grand in there, I did the math. When it went to its high of 75 cents, I'd have been at 945,000. That's the crazy part.
Oh,
When I
that's
did
what
the
she
math.
was so upset. She said,
That was
if
almost
I
a
when I
had,
did the math.
she says, I only put 1,000 into this, and if I just put like 5,000 or 10,000, we'd be retired. She's like, you know what? It's
The
the
good
thing
thing
is
though,
we can't gamble. We just don't know how to
Yeah,
gamble.
no, but the good thing is like this. People spend money on lotto every single day. It's ridiculous how hard people work to buy lotto. And listen to what you just said. If we woulda, shoulda, coulda, didda, you still can do what you didn't.
Yeah.
So everything that you didn't do, you can still do it. If it happened then, it can happen now. Period. Like whatever is happening with crypto right now, don't quit on it.
So now
People
there's
quit
a
on
new-
it years ago.
There's a new cryptocurrency that's only available in Europe, and it doesn't use that much energy. And that's been one of the big problems about the cryptocurrencies here. And so Denise is trying to well, we have a bank account in Portugal, and she just wants to talk to her brother to get it all set up to start buying the to make the currency and everything like that. But you can only buy it in Europe. They won't allow it.
That's
here.
competition. Cryptocurrency is down for a reason. That's competition. When, okay, Tesla, making noise, making noise, making noise. Then something comes along and make noise with it. I believe in the things that people are not paying attention to or overlooking because it's down right now is the very thing that comes and hit you in the butt.
Yeah, that's the time you gotta buy when no one's talking about it.
When
When everyone's like talking negative about it, nothing positive.
when we bought stock in some of the stuff that was providing parts for batteries for some of these electrical cars, and that's
Like ABM,
skyrocketed.
yeah, like ABML, American Battery Corporation.
Yeah, and so now Ford is just doubling down. Everybody's doubling down on electric cars now. And
Have you heard of-
I'm thinking that's just a really good place to invest.
Have you heard of
Well,
Lucid Motors?
I have. She's been paying attention to it, but I have.
I'm on.
Lucid
I'm
Motors
on.
is good.
Lucid Motors is supposed to be Tesla, one of Tesla's biggest competitors.
Okay.
Now, Lucid Motors, the guy who came out with the car brand Lucid Motors, he used to work for Tesla. He used to design their batteries. So he put a better battery in his car that can do 500 miles per charge.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
essential.
So the car right now, they're taking orders right now. So
Last time I looked, I was looking at buying a Tesla, but I thought I can't get to Orlando and back without a charge. And I'm like, I don't want to sit there and wait for a charge, and because they're like, I don't know, 30,
Hey.
40 minutes for a charge.
What's the difference with a gas station and a charging station?
What?
A gas station, you would need to stop and get gas. A charging station, you would need to stop and charge.
The
So
time.
you stop.
It's time.
No, you
For us
stop and
impatient people with too
Well,
much
you-
caffeine.
Well, you gotta work on patience because
Yeah.
that's
No,
you.
the
you
future
stop-
is the charge.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they're
the
gonna be
future's
charged.
the-
Most gas stations.
That was a big one.
you can see the lines in the sky.
Most gas stations are gonna have charging stations.
It's common.
They're actually
Wow.
putting more charging
It's
stations
common,
around
yeah.
in places where you wouldn't find them, like deserts and middle of
I know
nowhere.
my girls are gonna look at me and say, "What? We used to have a hybrid? What?
Mhm.
You used to put what in your car?"
Look,
I know they're gonna be looking at me like, "Wow, yeah."
Let me show you something big.
I think I remember that.
Look what if you look online, you're gonna see the pictures of that big fire in the ocean, where that pipeline bursts in the ocean. It was a pipeline to get gas. So that alone is gonna make people like, you know what? We can't keep pumping
Nah.
gas out of the earth.
Oh, England. What did they say? 2030? They came out with the law 2030. No more gas engines. No more. That's it. They're not selling any more gas engines after 2030.
Yeah,
Everyone's
but
gotta be
but back then the stigma of electric cars and hybrids were they're ugly, they're slow. But now Porsche is
Yeah.
making some nice
no,
ones.
not the fastest car in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at the new
Now that-
Mustang. It's all
Well, the
electric.
fastest car in the world last time I read, which was about a year and a half or so ago, was a Ferrari that was a hybrid.
Look at the new Ford pickup, F-150. It's a hybrid. No, sorry, it's fully electric. They have a fully electric Ford pickup. So now when you look,
Ford is doubling down on electric.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that.
No, I knew that.
Ford
I
is
see
just like they're not doing any more cars for their Mustang. They're getting rid of all cars.
and I'm
It's
surprised
only
because they're known for
SUV, trucks, and electric.
And Ford is cheap. How much is Ford right now? I haven't checked in a while, but I remember
I don't
Ford
know.
was like $5 a share for a long
That's something I
time.
kept on telling Denise. I told Denise like 3 years ago. I said, you know what? Ford's going in the correct direction.
they are.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? They did a big turnaround about 3 years ago with their new CEO. And I was like, no, they're going the correct direction. Invest. They're gonna go someplace.
That's why
I never bought
long-term-
Ford before. Now I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
give me some of that.
That's
This
why
is-
long-term
Ford
investment is important.
Fully electric.
Who is that?
That's Lucid
The
Motors.
Lucid?
Yeah, it's called the Lucid Air. It's not even on the road right now.
Oh, then
They have
Denise,
showrooms.
Denise bought stock in another company that was supposed to be providing massive parts for Ford. And that did well. And then it took out because they lost their contract. And then it was a
I know what you're talking about.
renegotiated
You're
the
talking about
contract and
work-
it came back up and it was like,
Workhorse,
work was another, no, work.
Workhorse lost the contract.
There was another company just called Work.
It's a UPS contract.
Oh, you know what? One of the ones that made us the best were the ones off like companies similar to Zoom that just had to do. So she bought a company in Germany that just had to do with working from home and all the and how to set up the systems and everything like that. That one just made a killing off. I mean, it's like 1,000% return. This is amazing.
But you
And of
guys
course,
need to-
afterwards, she was like, "Okay, how we put 10,000 in that? Why didn't I just put everything in that?"
doesn't work. that way again.
Yeah, unfortunately,
that way.
it's like, look,
But
be happy. Be
Watch
happy.
out for
Be
watch
good.
out for Workhorse. I'm a firm believer in
No, they've been
smoke
moving.
screens.
They've been moving.
Who's
Not just the
What do they do?
movement, the
What do
fact
they do?
that they lost the contract. I don't feel like they lost no contract. I feel like they are going to get the contract. They just didn't get it yet. Yeah, it's a game. You lose the contract, it's all a playing the game. You're gonna be running around here seeing Workhorse trucks eventually. This is all
Who's Workhorse?
it's a delivery fleet, like
Well, they make
Amazon.
commercial electrical vehicles.
Yeah, so they'll
Basically,
be
like say if the UPS wants to replace their fleet,
Yeah.
they can get a contract with Workhorse and they say, okay, we'll replace your fleet of
Oh
old
wow.
old trucks.
old mail trucks and we'll supply you with all electric work trucks.
That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. everything's
Remember
gonna
I
be-
told you that.
Everything is gonna be like
Remember I told you that.
Yeah.
The contract, forget it. This is a US based company. They're not gonna take on some other company from some other country. They're only doing that right now because it's not ready. They're loaded. It's called what we call it, loaded up. They're loaded up. Let's load up on Workhorse so we can give them a contract at some point.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Listen, man, the world turns. It's been turning the same way.
Other companies you can look into are companies that are going to allow Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to skyrocket. The reason why it's so volatile now because it's not regulated. You know, the minute it gets regulated and they have more security features to
We saw
it.
that El Salvador accepted Bitcoin.
Yeah. Oh, Latin America is going to jump on Bitcoin before. No, I don't believe America's going to let that happen that way. They're going to jump on. They're going to have to jump on it. That's why America is trying to create a digital dollar now, because
This is the problem I have with it. So I buy Bitcoin at X value now, and then I go buy a house with it, and the person that accepted my purchase, so now tomorrow the value that I gave him 300,000 worth, and now all of a sudden it's worth what?
no, you
And because all of a sudden somebody, because some big dude tried to sell everything off and now it crashed.
well,
And that's just frustrating because you don't have a value. So a dollar and a euro, you always know it's going to be, and they adjust, but they adjust slowly. And they're going to be basically,
but when
fairly
you get your
close.
Bitcoin, you can research this. You don't use your Bitcoin for purchases. You borrow against it. You use it as collateral because you know the value of Bitcoin. I mean, like Elon wanted to accept Bitcoin for his Tesla.
Yeah.
But who the hell wants to buy a Tesla? Use their Bitcoin to buy a Tesla. I'm buying a $70,000-$80,000 car with something that's gaining value. Once that Tesla gets 100,000, 200,000 miles, it's not going to be worth as much. But that Bitcoin, you heard of a guy named Michael Saylor? You ever heard of him?
No, I didn't.
Look him up, man. He's one of the big Bitcoin advocates, man. Like, he believes in Bitcoin like a religion. And this guy's he's a what is he, a billionaire? Look him up, man. Look him up.
Oh, there's a lot of positives.
Yeah,
I mean, when you look at the fundamentals of it, it's just got to gain some stability.
correct. But that's why when we invest, we don't only invest in Bitcoin or just like regular stocks. We invest in it's like you said, you invest in companies that make the batteries. Right? You don't have to invest in Tesla. You can invest in the companies that supply the materials to make the batteries, right? So I'm invested in some companies that help regulate cryptocurrency. Look up a company called Big Digital, right? They're based in Canada, but slowly they're working their way into the US. Right now, they're trying to set up and get contracts with the US government where they could train CIA, FBI agents on how to track Bitcoin. Think about it. If someone does illicit activity with a regular dollar, if someone breaks into your house and steals a suitcase of money, it's gone. But if someone steals your Bitcoin, when it's regulated, you can trace it. There's a lot of
Much more
security.
secure.
It's much more secure. So if someone's out there selling, whatever drugs and getting Bitcoin in return, they could trace it. Because now when you get apps to purchase Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, they ask for facial recognition, They ask for your social, your name. It's not simple like you're just buying it on the dark web like before. Now it's more, you know.
And as that continues, and then what are the, you know,
Why they doing it big?
oh, the firemen over there. Damn. They got hold of some stuff that
Those are one of the ones that blew up,
he can only buy with Bitcoin.
right?
That's a
crypto.
Bitcoin special.
Yeah, that's crypto fireworks. Man.
Wow. Yeah.
But look out,
but
look,
then-
look out for the companies.
But then
There
you know,
are-
another thing is I got to think the big banks, the Bank of Americas, the city banks. What are they going to do with all of this?
They're jumping on board.
If they got
Look,
because
okay,
if they will not lose out, and the government won't allow them.
look at it. Look at
So
this.
the government has to be able to make sure that somehow they're getting a piece of this pie.
Look at the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. He was talking so much mess about cryptocurrency. Guess what they're doing now? They're loading up on it. They're adding these into their portfolios for their clients, right? Because they're adding cryptocurrency to 401ks now. It's changing, man. It's changing.
So now I'm wondering to figure out how they're going to get, because one of the biggest ways that they make money is on loaning money. So how are you going to loan money with cryptocurrency? Curious.
There's different forms of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, because they need to get their percentages off it, and that's where so you got massive hedge fund, man. I mean, that's where probably some of the biggest money in the whole U.S. is.
Yeah,
Is on giving loans.
but the thing about the crypto,
Hey, hey. Sabo.
Hey, I'm waiting for you.
She says she's going into Fior's house.
Man, at some point,
Tia Fiora.
at some point, things got to come back to us, the consumer. Because at the end of the day, if I don't buy from you, you don't make money. You don't make money if I don't buy from you. So at some point, it's got to come back to us. So me not putting money in your bank and putting it in cryptocurrency, I'm controlling my money. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I see. It's like back in the days when we were buying things. If I came and did something for you, you could pay me in whatever I liked. That's money. If I say I like that bowl, pay me in that bowl. That's a value to me. So I think cryptocurrency kind of give us that opportunity, you know, for us to be able to control our future. If a bank is controlling our future, we're not getting anywhere.
No, they're smothering us.
Yeah, so that's not, we can't live like that anymore.
Yeah,
So
no,
the changes that's happening in the world is beneficial to us.
it is.
So that's
I'm
why I
just-
believe in crypto.
So that's why the cryptocurrency is still going, because there's so many positives, and a lot of people are seeing the same thing. However, you are going against the banking system and the government. These are, these are giants, and so
Men
to
cannot
to
govern
go up
themselves.
to go up against that, it's not going to be simple.
Men cannot govern themselves. Okay? When you have the internet, and the internet currently right now, whatever kids are doing right now, let me use school for instance. When I was in school, things were kind of controlled a little better. Let me give that kid detention. Let me strap on the whip on that kid. Parents did that. Nowadays, you can't hit your kid like that no more.
Oh, no, I used to have
When
to
you-
put my knuckles out.
Yeah, you can't
Ruler
do
on the
that no more.
knuckles. Damn, that hurt.
Who runs the world right now? It's the children. Why? Because they're so worried about what they can buy. What cell phones? It's dominating our lives. We don't go anywhere without it.
Yeah.
We buy the cell phones, right? Because we feel like this is our life. We need it.
But now you literally do need it.
Yeah,
You can't survive without a cell phone in these type of cities.
The government didn't
Yeah.
create that.
Unless you're out on the farm.
The government
Even then
didn't
you
create
probably
that. Right? The government didn't create that. Some things that come to be, you can't stop it. Some man created it, some woman created it, and once us, the consumer, say going to this is what we're going to use.
No, you're good. I'm over
What
here.
you going to do about it? Doesn't matter. You're the government. The government is not God.
Yeah.
God runs the world.
So no. So this is why I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. However, the governments and the banks are going to have to figure out this is not going to fly. And once the banks and the government figure out how they're going to control and get a little piece of the pie,
And that's all they could do.
and now they realize that okay, they're kind of on a losing battle, so they need to figure out how to get their piece of the pie.
And
they
that's
need to figure
all
out
they
quick.
could do. That's the key word that you just said. How do I get a piece of the pie? Because
Once they
the
figure out how to-
consumers have now taken over.
Yeah.
If me and you created something and the whole world starts to grasp it, there ain't nothing no government can do.
And then we got to figure out stabilization. So like when El Salvador started accepting it as legal currency, and then actually start promoting it. So, and then they're actually like last time I read, they're actually giving 10 whatever of the currency for every person who used it or purchased it. I was
They're
like,
giving
okay.
$30 worth of citizen or something.
Yeah, so now they're really promoting it.
Yeah, they're doing an airdrop. They're giving everyone a card and encouraging every citizen in El Salvador to download the app. And they're doing what you call an airdrop. They're dropping $30 into everybody's account. But now some people are skeptical of it because now they're asking all these citizens to release certain information. So they can't just download this app. They got to put all kind of information. Normally they didn't have to, because El Salvador is mainly cash. It's a cash society. So now to bring them digital and say, okay, give us your information.
It's like a digital drug cartels.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why you got a few people, not everyone, but a few people in El Salvador skeptical about it.
Listen,
Again, only someone who's doing illicit activity is gonna, you know.
we live in a world where technology changes everything if you're paying attention. That's what's been happening for the last bunch of years. And it's gonna keep happening. We're gonna run around. Listen, people are saying, hey, I ain't taking no vaccine because they putting chip in us. What?
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing.
But you carry your cell phone everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. What has the most chip in us than a cell phone? Everywhere we go, it's part of our body. You see what I'm saying? But we talk about,
they don't know where you live. Yeah, right.
they're probably looking in your house. Listen, man. Listen, when I go to drop off an order, okay, the customer is telling me, you just left, you just arrived, you're unloading, you're at my doorsteps. I saw you put it down.
And on top of that, you were recorded on a Ring camera that marked the time, went into a cloud somewhere. So if you shut that Ring camera out, it's still in a cloud somewhere.
Yeah.
They could track you. They just activate a few ATM cameras and, oh, yep, you were there, you were.
Yeah.
That's it.
Where there is no camera, there is a camera. So, listen, man.
Activate your neighbor's camera.
The kids were playing Ding Dong Ditch on Eloise, and apparently they went a little above and beyond, and started banging on the doors and started yelling stuff that was scary and banging on the garage door. She called the police. Police saw my Ring camera. They're like, you show me this real quick. Boom, they had it within 30 seconds. And then they came back and said, thank you for that. Those kids are scared now. I don't think they'll be doing that again.
Yeah. But you know what?
Nah, it's
Everything-
everything Ding Dong Ditch when I was a kid. No more though.
Everything that's happening now, though, man, it's really changing the world. So we got to change with it.
I told one of my
You gotta
buddies,
roll with the waves.
I remember when I'm training my kids how to play basketball, and I'm like, put away the phone. Are you gonna dribble the phone? You guys tell me you want to make it to the league. You can't. Are you gonna dribble the phone instead of the basketball? That's what I used to say. It's like, put the phone away. I'm like, you're here on a basketball court. Stop trying to answer your mom. Stop trying to answer your dad. Like, put it away. You're here now.
Everybody's gonna be okay.
Yeah, everything's gonna be okay. Oh, but my mom gave me the cell phone because they want to know when I reached. I'm like, well, tell her you reached. I said, like, tell her you reached and put it up, put it away. We're here at practice now, because you're not gonna dribble this phone on the basketball court, else you're not gonna make it. Then I say, always put your phone away. Then there comes a time where I start having my phone as a coach. The same guy that was telling the kids put the phone away. I'm sitting there on my phone. And they're like, Coach, put your phone away. Same thing I was telling them. You see what I'm saying? So this thing becomes habit, even though you're telling them not to do it. And your phone is in your hand. But the difference is they're wasting time on their phone because they're kids.
Well,
I'm doing business on my
Instagram,
phone.
watching their friends.
Yeah, and I'm doing business on my phone.
I am
But
not
that's the
letting my
difference.
kids on social media. No, I'm sorry. That just social media is for adults. It's not for kids. It's dangerous. I don't even know if it's for adults. So you remember Chandler? Do you remember Chandler?
Oh man.
Yeah, you remember Chandler?
No,
Our
who's
son.
that?
So he's so he had a drug overdose at 17. He tried to break into Christine's house. Police came over here and they were about ready to shoot him. And he was gone. He was on another planet somewhere. For the love of God, he went down after a few minutes thinking. The cops were saying, both of them were saying we were both pulling our triggers. We were in the act of pulling our triggers. And he dropped to his face and put his hands behind his back.
He was a neighbor here.
He was our kid, our son, a 23-year-old. Okay. So we took his phone and we're like, the cops called us. We're like, no, we just put him to bed. What are you talking about? We had no idea. I mean, the kid got a 4.75 GPA, got a full scholarship to FAU and FIU. Plus, they're paying him $1,900 a month on top of the scholarship for books and food and housing. I was like, oh my God, the kid made it. He's awesome. We did our job. We were so happy. We're like, we did a great job. And now this. What? We started going over his phone. We took his phone. Oh, wow. We found out so much stuff that was, yeah, we had to go to therapy for a while. We're like, oh my God, talk about your gut falling out, your world falling out from underneath you. You know, kids are your life. Yeah. The social media was all night long. And apparently he was not sleeping. I mean, we saw him, he was 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. He was responding. It was all night long and it never stopped. And then he sat there, she stayed awake for almost 5 days straight, just reading. It was just non-stop. And all the kids posting, they're on a party, they're drinking this on the boat, they're going out to the Bahamas. And he's saying, I'm sitting here stuck in my little ass house in Coconut Creek. And here all my friends are going out on this yacht, they're partying with all these girls, and my life sucks. And he starts going into big depression. Of course, what are the kids gonna post? I don't post that I got up with a massive migraine in the morning. I'm like working through it. I'm like, okay, and I got no clean clothes, and all the you know, the dishes are dirty and the kids are screaming. Do I post that? No. It's not realizing adults don't feel life. It's not always so great. Awesome, we got front row seats. Right? Damn. Holy shit. That is awesome. More.
The last part was exploded.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about right
Yeah.
there.
That looks like it was over in Winmore. The 55 plus people. Damn, they're doing it up. They're showing up youngins. Right?
That's showing up the youngins.
That's some security money, man. Saving it since the pandemic.
Been saving
Yeah,
since
those
the
extra little
pandemic.
pandemic bonus. Like,
Maybe get that disability. Straight to Phantom
Oh,
Fireworks.
man. Wow. You said that's pandemic related right there. Wow. They said 2021.
I expected it to be big this year because people don't have
Oh, what are we celebrating today?
all the social distancing.
What are we celebrating today?
COVID going away.
me having a day off.
How old are you? 15? Oh, don't fucking lie to me.
I'm 32.
I'm 32. Yeah, that's a good one. So am I.
We're celebrating COVID going away on Independence Day.
There
Gonna
you
be
go.
15 years old in September. We have no idea what we're celebrating today.
Hey, you heard that?
I'm serious.
I use
I don't want
that.
to embarrass him.
You heard the rhyme?
Do you know what we're celebrating today?
These damn Dominicans. These damn Dominicans.
They went to school here. Ari went to school there.
Yeah,
so
they
you're-
do. Else Dominicans.
We're celebrating our independence from Great Britain,
Hey, I'm sorry.
1776.
I'm sorry, but let me tell you something.
What?
I need to be president.
Dime.
I need to be president.
Oh, come on.
Ask him.
Oh my God. Don't fucking go there with me. You really want to go there with me?
I know.
Do you really want to
What
go
do you
there with
say? I
me?
know my.
Jump in there.
my
Yeah, not even the
You
president
want
do that.
the old president. Wait, he's going to get reinstated in August, so he might be the new president. We might have two
But that's
presidents.
the best president. We should never get another president. American was great. Everybody must have money. Everybody have money, right? Right? You know?
Okay, if people don't go and vote in the midterm elections in 2022, you're all going to be fucked, okay? We are all going to be fucked. Listen, I would like to get fucked, but not in that way, all right? I'm not very ladylike, I apologize. Paul knows me, he's used to it, and he's not surprised by it at all. No, he's you're an asshole. Listen, I don't want to embarrass the kid, but he said he didn't know.
Yeah, I ain't exaggerating this. It's easy. It's easy to get you upset.
You know who I voted for. I wasn't voting for that fucking orange imbecile.
And what happened now?
Yeah, well, he's still having fucking rallies now.
And what happened? What happened now when you the guy you love?
I don't love him. I just didn't like the other one. You had to do a lesser of two evils. What happened? What happened?
You suck.
He sucked. He's been in, let's see, office how many days?
Anyway, I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone. This conversation's starting to change out here, so I'm gonna say goodnight. Tonight we spoke a little bit about stocks, and I interviewed my neighbors. I was able to walk around my block a little bit and talk a little bit to my neighbors about, what they're investing in. And it's Independence Day, 4th of July. And I was able to walk out here, change the pace a little bit, and talk to some people. So a little change of pace.
He hates him, but he made.
Anyway, everybody have a great night. Continue to invest. Continue to be patient. Continue to invest long term. For those people out there who are new to this, just remember, it's tough to day trade when you don't really understand the market. If you do understand the market, then go ahead, day trade. I'm no financial advisor. I'm just sharing, information that I have the experience of understanding that day traders are people that understand what they're doing. And for anyone that's just getting into the market, just take your time and, build, because companies take a while to grow. A lot of times it takes years. When you start a business, it's either a 3 to 5 year plan. And when you invest, you got to treat it like this. So long term is the way to go. So again, I'm no financial advisor. I'm just sharing, because sharing is caring. Everybody have a great night. I'm going. Bye.
I gotta know what.